Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's We Be Talking.
We be talking, what's the word? Everything you never heard. We be talking,
Listen, we got a really, really good show for you today. We got a special guest that we're going to tell you some more about. But right now, let's introduce the wonderful, amazing ladies of We Be Talking. Okay, listen, I'm Tamara. That's my girl, Sheikah. Say, hey, girl.
Hey, y'all.
That's my girl, Ave.
Hey, guys.
And that's Kim. Hey, Kim. And I know y'all wondering, who is this person in the middle of us? Well, let me tell you, y'all, this right here is Mr. Franklin, okay? Let me tell you, he's gonna come with it, all right?
Yes.
I hope for this show that y'all have your pens, your pads, and recorders, whatever you need to have, because this information right here is going to be mind-blowing, okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get it ready, all right? But before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share this video with everybody. Trust me, there's information in here for everybody to know, okay?
Right.
So share. All right? And don't forget to click that notification bell. See that bell right there? Right there. Click that bell, okay? So that when we record, when we upload a video, you will be the first to know. You won't miss out on anything. All right, so let's get it started. Mr. Franklin, what you got for us today?
Well, thank you, Tamara, and the ladies. Thank you all for the opportunity to have me out here with you all. You all have done a fantastic job of getting information out, talking about issues that nobody else would touch, keeping it real, and it has just been fantastic. And so today, I wanted to actually talk about the elephant in the room, because sometimes we kind of walk around it a lot.
Oh, yes.
And so we want to figure out today how to take a little bit of pieces off the elephant. And that's one of the thing that we want to talk about today is intimacy, because oftentimes we're in these relationships and we don't realize when we're in an intimate relationship how over time, when we're not actually sharing with our spouse, how those numbers add up. So for example, I tell people all the time, I say, if you're in an intimate relationship and we're having an intimate engagement 3 times a week, and just twice a week, that you just kind of just blow them off. Just like, I'm not answering that question. You know, if you're married, you're in a situation where you had a partner, whatever, and if you all have been together 5 years, I say that's 120 times you have blown your partner off.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot. And this can go in any type of scenario. If we're having sex and the woman isn't fully fulfilled, you know, and that's in 10 years, that's 240 times. My girl has not been satisfied.
My Jesus.
Wow.
So yes, my name is Franklin Muhammad. I am a certified clinical sexuality coach from the Dr. Rachel Institute, and I'm also a master sexpert. I've been working with clients all over the world. I've been in Japan, Okinawa, done some work here in the US, and I help men in particular and couples finding their unique intimate expression, and then being able to encourage them to share that with their partners, because you all been in relationships, and oftentimes men in particular have been punished. I say punished with not having the opportunity to share what their true emotions are. And so normally what you get is mad, happy, and I'm good.
Wow.
And so of those emotions, you know, when you're having in a relationship and you have to share with your partner in an intimate relationship. And so one of the things I'm going to do, we have to define intimacy.
Yes, please.
And understand in a relationship, reciprocation is non-negotiable. watch this, reciprocation is non-negotiable. So when you're, when again, we're talking about in relationships and your partner asks you what you're thinking, you're like, oh, nothing. No, you were thinking something.
Yeah.
And
I
I
mean,
am
how many
asking
times
you
have we done that?
to
Like
share that.
numerous
Yeah,
times.
how many
Yeah.
times have you done that? Again,
Yeah.
we're keeping the numbers, and you like say, oh, nothing. Again, we're at you right now. You've been together, 15 years, and right now you at 360 times.
Good Lord.
That you just blown them off. And then you wonder, well, why the marriages, why the relationship, why we're not making progress, why we're not growing? Well, it's because you're at 360 and I'm trying to help you not to get to 375, and you don't want to hear it.
That's good.
You don't want to talk about it.
Jesus.
So as we go in and define intimacy, we define it as intimacy. It is the level of commitment and positive, affective, cognitive, and physical closeness that one experiences with a partner in a reciprocal, although not necessarily symmetrical relationship. And so for this particular discussion, we're only going to focus on 4 types of intimacy.
Okay.
4.
Okay.
And they are cognitive intimacy,
Okay.
emotional intimacy, spiritual intimacy, and sexual intimacy.
Okay.
So now you're gonna have to break all of them down.
Cognitive intimacy is just exchanging thoughts and sharing ideas with another person. Remember when you're sitting and you're like, oh, what do you think about? I ain't thinking nothing. I was just sitting here. Well, no, you're not. You were thinking about something. And remember what we talked about, it's in a reciprocal relationship. And so because you have to reciprocate, because you have to share, it's important for you to understand the importance of when I'm talking to my partner and he asks me something, or she asks me something that I have to share, and I have to keep it positive.
Jesus, be offense.
Because I'm in an intimate relationship.
They said Jesus be offense.
That's hard.
Jesus be offense. Hey, I always say Jesus be offense, but can you kind of leave the gate open just because I can get up out of here? Get up out of here. Hold on, Lord. Hold on. So, but yeah.
God.
So emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy is exchanging feelings with another person, which is deeply rooted in the value of self-disclosure. Again, this is another important part where your partner, again, with men in particular, even in the Black community, where we have not been given the permission to share your emotions. Don't punk out, you got to be that strong Black woman.
Yeah.
You don't ever let them see you sweat. And, you tell them you sharing your emotions, you're punking out, then they're going to take advantage of you. Like, oh, why would my girl take advantage of me when she's the queen? The queen does not take advantage of anybody. The queen is there to honor. The queen is there to endow, to empower, to bring beauty in life. That's not what the queen does at the kingdom. So
Right.
So sexual intimacy is being attracted to another person and choosing to share one's body in the forms of physical contact, affection, and sexual activities.
Fun.
And then the last one is spiritual intimacy, which is sharing thoughts, feelings regarding religion, existentialism, and morality. So those are the 4 components of intimacy that we are talking about today. And we wanted to be able to share with you all the importance of knowing in any of these components, any of these relationships, that we want to be able to understand that we have to be able to share. And so one of the things that we're going to move over into, and Tamara, she's going to show you all the slides, is that we've taken these 4 components of intimacy and we've aligned them with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, for the sake of having the ability to be able to give each of our relationships a blueprint, step by step, and where you can actually improve your relationship and know how to continue to have that love, that compassion, that affection, and to keep it in the relationship. There's no reason why the love need to be gone.
Right. Right.
Right.
So this is where I'm at. So on this pyramid, right? Right there at the bottom where cognitive is, right?
Right.
So
Cognitive.
you said for the to define cognitive intimacy is to be able to share, but in a positive way.
That's what I
But
meant.
what if that's where you at, Kim?
I said the
Yes,
positive part, like
yes, the positive part. Please break it down for us, because how do you share
But what if,
something that was like that's negative? How do you
right, I was gonna ask,
reiterate it in a positive manner?
what if it's,
Well,
what if it
well,
isn't
give me an
positive?
example. Give me an example.
if it isn't positive,
But like we have something going on, you say we gotta be, the definition was being able to share it in a positive way.
positive
But
way.
what if it isn't positive? Like,
Okay. Well, so let's find something that's negative. Well, matter of fact, why are you making it negative? It doesn't matter.
Who making it negative? We don't make
Who
it negative.
made it negative? Who gave it
Okay,
meaning?
so-
The person that did the transgression.
okay, so like I don't like the way you turn down the street, for example, because that was something we talked about. but people can
Okay.
get that.
I don't like the way you turn down the street.
Oh, right. So that's not positive, because I don't like when you take that turn. It makes me feel uncomfortable. So how do I share that and it be how can I make that positive?
Hey, baby. When the way you drive doesn't help me to feel safe. I'm
You could be like,
uncomfortable.
call an Uber. I'm sorry, he won't say that.
I'm uncomfortable with the way that you drive. Can you help me feel safe?
So, okay, that's all good. So what if that positivity is not reciprocated? So you are trying to share something positive, but then the response that you get isn't positive. How do you move on from that? You're gonna just keep on being positive while somebody's being negative to you. I know that two wrongs don't make a right, but it sure do make it even sometimes.
Okay, you better make that math, Tamara.
Come on.
Well, three lefts make a right. No, but again, so if and that's where you have to make those hard decisions in regards to I'm with the person who refuses to help me to feel safe.
So in this instance, is it okay to say you agree to disagree, or is that not?
No,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, because because we're in an intimate relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And,
We gotta
and
be on
that's
the same
thing that we have
page.
to be able to establish that you and I are in an intimate relationship. And sometimes, like we said, we go back to the chart. We
Yeah.
go back to the chart. We already know women, you all have jobs, y'all have your careers. So our basic needs, food, water, shelter, and warmth, is pretty much taken care of.
Right.
So now that we're in the cognitive state in our relationship. And so now we're just sharing each other's thoughts and how can I help you to feel safe?
Right.
So
So
going back
that
to-
was my question. So so saying I agree to disagree is not what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to a common goal.
Yes.
But we're thinking
Common
the same
consensus.
way. That's what I was
Right.
saying, because I've been in a couple of situations where I've been positive, or maybe he's been positive, and it hasn't been reciprocated the same way. So it ended up being you believe what you believe and I believe what I believe, kind of agree to disagree, and we don't get anywhere. That's what I'm saying. Like, so what do you do? Like she was saying, what do you do when that positivity is not reciprocated?
So what we have here is Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Okay.
And when we talk about the physical closeness that one shares, we're talking about this is the basics of cognitive intimacy, being able to share and helping each other feel safe. If our relationship, if you're not feeling safe, then there is no progression.
Right.
And when we look at sexual intimacy along this scale here, we shouldn't be skipping these esteem needs, the feeling of belonging, the feeling of safe, we shouldn't just be skipping all the way up here to sex when the basic needs aren't even being met.
Right,
We skip the sex every day.
right.
Hopscotching it.
Hopscotching it, yeah.
That's
And
right.
then you wonder why he hasn't or she hasn't, the relationship isn't progressive, that there is no physical closeness that I have or specialness that I feel with my spouse or
Right,
my
right,
partner.
right.
Okay.
Amazing.
Wow. So, okay, so what are you suggesting though? So, because say, for example, we haven't come to a common consensus with a particular issue, could be anything, but something that could be detrimental to a relationship. And, you know, one party is trying to communicate that in a positive way. The other party is not reciprocating. And that's just it. They won't budge, right? And so to me, you can't just have one person working on it. It has to be both have to
Right.
be,
Right.
you know, working on it for it to work. So what do you suggest?
You're absolutely right. And remember when we go back to the definition of intimacy, remember, it's the level of commitment.
Yes.
It's a level of commitment. And each person has to be committed.
Yeah, true.
To
Dang.
the relationship, committed to
Mhm.
the process of being intimate and being able to share with each other, to make sure that you're feeling this level of closeness.
Yeah.
And that might mean that, you know, bruh man might need to go to see a therapist by
Right.
himself.
Yeah.
Because there is something that is preventing him or preventing her from actually committing to the relationship.
I
That's
love
good.
it.
Yeah.
And so again, like we talked about this before, one of the challenges that I've seen in relationships, especially in the Black community, is that we are trained to see each other as our adversaries.
That's sad.
Like, you can't trust a Black man, or you can't trust a Black woman. She'll gold digger. She gonna take you out. She gonna do this here. Or, when you do have a brother who's trying, because there's some brothers out there trying, trying to get it right, trying to take care of the woman, trying to do these things and sharing, and he'll go and tell one of his friends, I share it with her that, I'm having these issues, and he gets punished by his friend.
They call him a simp.
He gets punished. Oh my God, you told him that? You told her that? Well,
Yeah.
you better keep that to yourself. You'll be telling her about that stuff, man. No, you don't do
Yeah.
that. And you're like, oh my gosh. But I'm trying to progress in my relationship, but I don't have an external support system.
True.
Who encourages me that my spouse is safe.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny that you said last week that they don't have the external support system, but as soon as the divorce comes, here come all the support.
Oh, absolutely. A brother can get more support.
Wow.
Say sometimes a brother can get more support during the divorce from his friends than he can during the relationship.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Well, even the same time with females.
Yeah.
That's sad.
You get more support during the divorce, during the separation. Girl, come on, bring the kids on over here. Well,
Very true. Yeah.
2 years ago, you couldn't keep the kids.
When I needed to
Yeah.
go out.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm trying to go on date night, girl. I'm trying to get my thing on too. Well, hold on. Can we kind of like flip flop?
Yeah.
This is so true. It's so true.
So true.
Yeah.
And then the minute we
And so
break up,
that's-
girl.
but the part of it is, and we talked about this last week, about the way oftentimes we're trained in society to reference Black women. Doesn't matter how high the Black woman can go as a doctor, having a PhD, or an executive, having all her stuff together, that she can be reduced to a B
Mhm.
or a hoe or whatever. She can be reduced to that.
Right.
However, when it comes to, I talk about, when the most trifling, mean white woman,
It's
the
Karen.
most that she is reduced to is to Karen.
Wow.
But we do.
Karen. Whereas you
Mhm.
have a woman who's gone to school, who's taking care of her children, whose, credit score is like 736.
I feel some type of way.
But the thing is, but the problem is that we allow our friends.
Yeah. So true.
You allow your friends to be able to devalue you.
That's very
And
true.
because I allow my friends to devalue me because of this way of a term of endearment.
Yeah.
That's because I'm allowing that person to do that.
Mm-hmm.
My friends don't even see me as worthy, as being able to have a good relationship.
Wow. You know
Because
what?
I can devalue you, I can devalue him, or that N word go right there. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, you know he's a doctor, right? Well, I don't care about that. Blah 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 blah. I don't like saying it because again, I tell people all the time, whatever you've done, bruh, up to this point, I'm gonna multiply that by 3/5. And when you look into the Constitution, there's the 3/5 compromise. And the 3/5 compromise specifically talked about Black people in America. And because they were considered 3/5, you can see how the criminal justice system has been designed specifically to bring Black people back into slavery, back into the prison system, and then you assign them with a felony that prevents them from even going out and being productive members of society.
Yeah.
You know what? I just want to say something.
Go ahead.
Because I know with these ladies right here, I have said I love these hoes. But I just want y'all to know that I value y'all, okay? Y'all not hoes. And I ain't gonna say no more, even if we joking.
But you don't hardly ever, that's very, 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 very little that
Rare.
Right.
reference or whatever the case may be. But prior to Christ, I can remember times when my friends would be like, B, you this, B, and just to hear him say, and think about the conversation, like the people still doing it. Like that ain't nothing, So like to hear him say we devalue ourselves, so how we expect, like, come on, that's I'm sorry, that was good.
Yeah, that's why I said I feel away. I feel away.
Man, I don't
and like I said,
because I know I ain't no hoe.
This is the queen, and the part that was funny for me sometimes is, people would then, they say niggas. That's the Black kings in Africa. Niggas. Hold on, bruh. That's too close.
It is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you again. No, just why don't you just come out and just call me King? Yeah. Just call me Frank. Just call me something other.
Frank.
I'm talking about this Frank. I would rather for you to call me a punk.
Oh man.
Don't call me that either.
No, listen, watch this. Because a punk is a whole person.
Oh, come on now.
I see you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
and that's what we were talking about, intimacy and being able to help each other feel safe, knowing that that I'm not your adversary.
Right.
So, with that being said, there are ways, because you broke it down last week, there are ways that we can communicate to our partner where they won't reject us, where they won't, Like
The
I don't
incentives.
like when you turn down the street like that on left road, or I don't like when you gave an example last week. I don't like the way she ride me. And then you go to your boys and your boys say, you told her that? I mean, you broke it down just a little bit more. So there are different ways that you can communicate things where they will because telling certain Black men, you turn too hard every time we get in the car. You got to stop going so fast.
So
That's coming against their ego. I know how to drive. I've been driving since I was 15. You gonna either ride in this car and trust me to drive, or you can,
or like all they say, take an Uber.
or you can take
right.
Uber.
So in those particular situations, what's the consequence?
Watch this, Kim. Go ahead, Frank.
What's the consequence for that behavior?
Mhm.
And so can we, I guess say as far as, a brother, helping him to be able to drive carefully, I would tell him, hey,
help him be able to drive.
Do you want me to drive? Do you want me to ride with you with drawers on or no drawers on? So
you see that, Kim?
Yeah.
It makes it real simple. Hey, bro, I don't feel safe. What you think
Bernie gonna say, Kim?
Huh?
What you think Bernie gonna say? Which one he gonna want?
Then he's gonna be like,
Listen.
no draws. That's what he's gonna say.
Exactly. He gonna go the
brother
way.
ain't gonna be sitting
He's
up there
gonna
with
go the
two
way
hands
you
on the
want him
wheel.
to go.
Well, actually, you know how it is, my brother, because his seat is leaning, so he got his hand up there and he got the other hand on the leg. He just.
Oh,
But the point of it is that this is to help you to feel safe.
Right.
Yes.
So we have to help them understand, because sometimes they don't. The way we communicate it, the way we are communicating it, it gives them no consequences. I love that. He used that particular but I love the fact that
the thing that we also have to remember in helping the Black man to get to a counselor, because there are things there are other stuff that's on his mind, where if I can just drive the way that I drive, it just helps me to feel like I'm appreciated.
Got it.
This is the only thing I have in my life in which I can control. Because when I get out the car, somebody's gonna judge me. Somebody's gonna look at me in some kind of way. So I need help to be able to understand that there are more things in our relationship,
right,
where you can help me to feel safe, that when I get home, I got a blowjob coming. Intimacy is defined as the level of commitment. We have to, at some point, reestablish our commitment in the relationship, and then to be able to say that I know you have a problem. Today, it's not about me. Today is not about me. I can sit here with my hands folded, not get sensitive about what you're about to tell me, and allow you to have your moment, have your feeling, to allow you to vent without me taking it personal.
Can I say something about the whole personal aspect of that? I think a lot of times when people take things personally, it's because there's a lack of tactfulness when you're expressing, because I feel like you can say anything. It doesn't matter if it's a safe space or not. You could say anything. However, you have to be mindful of whom you're speaking to. Right. For example, let's say I can make a joke with Sheikah in a way that if I said the same thing to my mom, it wouldn't be received. I could say the same way, same exact thing, same exact tone, same exact, because I believe it's in how you say it, the relationship that you have with that individual, and everybody's level of emotional intelligence.
Right.
So, though the whole intimacy thing is amazing, and I never loved a triangle more in my life with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. But sometimes, like Tamara was saying, it can seem like an unattainable experience to have.
And that's where Holy Spirit comes into play. That's where another healing, because even with all of these things, this is physical, this is natural, this is a natural implement of and we believe in spiritual healing here. So we believe in, another source coming in, which is Jesus Christ, coming in, which is helping us. So I think that's what she was saying at some point, to a certain extent, because there's some deep wounds that no matter how I say things to you, it can trigger something. And yeah, maybe you do need to go to counseling, or you need to go to a godly counselor or whatever to help you through those, because we can only go so far.
Therapy is awesome. Therapy is great. I think
that I try to help people. Remember, we talked about devaluing each other and devaluing ourselves. Here I am, the king of the house. I'm the king.
Okay.
There is no way that the king can lose it when the queen is bringing something to his attention.
Well, people have to learn that too.
But yes, that's why you have to stop devaluing each other. Stop going out there practicing devaluing other Black people, because when you get home, you see a Black person.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, because I want you to finish your sentence.
No, because what I'm saying is that if I'm the king and the queen is bringing something to the king, please, baby, help me. What can I do to help you?
Right.
And you're stopping because the queen is here. Please tell me who is bothering the queen.
You, king, cut them nails every time.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Because if I'm the king, and there is something in me who is disrespecting the queen, I now, as the king, has to go in there and fix the person who is disrespecting the queen.
Right. And that's it. Both of us
that's
have.
when I go to therapy to help me, because no, I'm gonna put him in check. Hold on, bro. Hold on. The queen is coming.
Right. So we both have a level of understanding or a level of commitment that that's what we're gonna do, right? Because you have to have it.
You have to stay with the commitment, and you gotta keep it positive. As the queen, I'm the queen.
That is a struggle, Mr. Frank.
Yes.
I am the queen, regardless of, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care what you say or what you believe. Watch this. I am the queen. And when you disrespect the queen,
off with your head.
No, right. Watch this.
Sorry.
Watch this.
Help me, Lord.
There are consequences.
You don't get none. The king is fine.
But there are consequences that absolutely. And so because we have these inconsistencies in our behaviors, that we breach our standards, prevents us from maintaining our level of royalty.
So good.
And therefore it just hurts us from actually, saying, hold on.
I need to play Donald Lawrence, you're a royalty every single day, so we can just.
Come on now. So as the queen, no matter how many times I come to the king and tell him that something is wrong, I need to go to him not with frustration, but with positivity, right?
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times in relationships, we tell our spouse, whether it's the man or the woman, something over and over and over and over again that we don't like it. That it could be something simple as, I don't like when you sweep the trash to the trash can, don't pick it up. I used to do that as a kid. I just use that, and that used to bother, my family, my my parents with me. So now I see it and it bothers me. It bothers me. And I constantly say it over and over again, but I no longer go with positivity. I go with frustration, and that makes perfect sense to keep it positive. I never heard it, in that way, because I'm like, how you gonna be positive and you fed up?
How can I tell him to get this pressure?
No, but the
Nice.
thing is that when you let's look at the trash with the way he sweeps, right? The way he sweeps just bothers me.
No,
You
the way
might
you
not.
leave that
You
pile.
might, if the way he sweep bothers you, you might just not like him that much.
No. I mean the way you leave it at the trash
The way you
can.
leave that
Oh, the
pile.
way you leave it at the trash can. Oh, again, like I
So
said
how
before, there has to be a consequence.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you sweep and you leave it at the trash,
I'm about to take
I
something.
am with my grandma wrap on, with my
Come on
ski
now.
mask on, with my armored robe on.
Yeah.
So, bro, there's a consequence. Why you walk around like that? I just don't feel comfortable because all that trash right here.
Right, Franklin.
That's good. That's good.
I just don't feel comfortable with the trash like that.
It's gonna make me dirty, so I'm.
It's gonna make me
good.
dirty, so
That's
I'm
good.
protecting myself. Now, if you want me to walk around naked,
Mhm.
get the trash out.
Clean that up.
Too many kids in the house.
You want breakfast? and again, it doesn't always have
You say you
to.
want
It doesn't have to always
coming to eat, Kim.
come to sex.
Right.
That's
right.
what I was gonna
Of
ask.
course.
That was gonna
No,
be
it
my
doesn't.
next
It doesn't.
interruption.
At the same time, if bruh man is doing a good job, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But there gotta be other things. There gotta be other ways of communicating without it being sex. You know what I mean?
Right.
Things that he responds to outside of that.
Other incentives.
Other
Yeah.
incentives, again.
Just making sure you do the things that he like. Like, I don't like the trash being left there. Maybe he don't like
Because
toothpaste
one thing
being
he
rolled
like,
a certain way. You know
you
what I
don't
mean?
get this trash up, I don't cook. You want me to cook? Get the trash up. That's a big one.
But the thing is, but that's bringing it that tit for tat.
It's a tat.
That's what it
You're
sounded
not
like.
fulfilling-
But that's what it is anyway.
No, it is not. It's reciprocation. It's giving to the relationship, not taking.
Okay.
And again,
Oh,
when you're looking at
I see what you're
what
saying.
I'm
I see
saying
what you're
is that when you look at if you're cooking,
okay.
well, hold on. You know what, baby? Since that's the case, I understand you don't know how to do the trash, you don't know how to sweep. I'm gonna sweep.
Okay.
I'm gonna sweep. And then because I'm sweeping, I will prefer that you cook.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
then
like
when
the way
he
you
cooks,
put it. I like that.
then when he cooks, you accept how he's cooking.
Don't go in there. This ain't got no salt on it.
No, but that's what I'm saying, that
Yeah.
we have
Yes.
to maintain that positivity.
Positivity, yes.
And then when you're looking at your relationship, you're like, you know what? Why do I have him sweeping?
I totally understand what you just
Yes.
said.
You know what? You
Yeah.
know what? Why, baby, don't even sweep. Here's the vacuum. Just I got the floor vac.
You still gonna do the task. I'm gonna just give you a different tool.
I'm gonna give you a
And
different
make it
tool.
easier. Make it easier for you.
I like
Matter of
it.
fact, well, you know what? We don't even have trash on the floor because everybody comes in, takes off their shoes.
That's so
There you
good.
go.
Mm.
There you go.
Everybody takes off their shoes.
Yes.
So guess what? We ain't got to do that. So now who in here walk around with their shoes on? Okay, can you please not walk in my house with your shoes on? I don't feel comfortable with you walking in with all them their germs and stuff in our house.
Mhm.
You don't
So
like this
now we don't even have a discussion.
Yes.
That's good.
That brings it to the safety part too.
It brings
Because
us
for
back to the
something
safety
so
part.
simple,
Mhm.
because I remember there was a person that I used to know that don't like taking their shoes off. And that was a thing for me. Like, you come into the house, you don't want to take your shoes off. That bothers me. And that was their thing. Like, that, I don't like to take my shoes off. I don't like to walk around with my shoes on.
Okay.
So that bothered me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
So,
I do.
so
I
again,
definitely get it.
going back to that issue, what's the consequence? The next time you come in our house with your shoes on and you leave, you bet not leave. Because when you leave, I'm changing the locks.
Wow.
And I did.
You don't come
Gas
in my
prices are too high
house.
for that, Mr. Franklin.
Huh?
Gas prices is too high for that to be calling a locksmith to change the lock.
But what I'm saying though, then put the chair up against the door. Then don't let them
Right.
in. Do
Period.
That's
something.
just that only
Yeah.
means
Or you know what? Hold on.
not
But
there.
here's the thing. But here's the thing. How do we do that? Oh, you know what? The king is coming. Baby, I got your slippers right here.
Okay. I'll give
So
him his
you won't track
slippers.
that dirt in my house. Yeah.
I don't mind giving him his slippers. I don't mind. I will put them there.
But what I'm
Yes.
saying, you didn't have to give him his slippers. Just leave the slippers at the door.
No,
That's
I
it.
bring them to him because he ain't gonna put them on if I leave them at the door. I got to say, here, boo.
Right.
But again,
He gonna walk right past them slippers if I leave them
but
at the door.
again, going back to that royalty, and so, but when you look at, so I guess the next question, well, how do I get my man to, if I'm doing all this for him, how am I get him to do something for me?
You
Right.
sound like you've heard that question before.
Right. And again, and then so when we go back to the chart, it's helping you to feel safe. Maybe I
Yeah.
don't feel comfortable like that. I don't
Yeah.
feel comfortable when you do that. Then so
But
when
I feel like, I honestly feel like just based off experience, I've noticed when you do hear or listen to, like, say, he don't feel safe with taking his shoes off, and he tell you that, and you say, okay, well, I'm gonna put these slippers here so you don't have to worry about not having no shoes on. I feel like, especially in a marriage, things are, like you said, it's reciprocated. If that person truly cares for you,
Man, they will take their shoes off.
they're gonna reciprocate.
Yes.
See, that's an issue for you because you get your needs met when he put the slippers on versus
That's the level of commitment.
you get what
the
I'm
level of
saying?
commitment, yeah.
On top of that, when you say something to him, because I don't know, it just worked that way for me. He realized you care so much to do this, then he do the same. Like, it's a reciprocation. He do it back. You get what I'm saying? I think if you can give that out multiple times, you're gonna give. I mean, you're gonna get what you give out. So if you give out respect, it's gonna come back.
Yes.
So going back to the Bible, what Tamara was talking about, the Bible says, whatsoever man sows,
He gonna reap it.
That shall he reap.
shall he reap.
But it gotta be good ground.
No, it gotta be. See, but the thing is, it doesn't necessarily have to be good ground. No. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. So when you get in your car tomorrow or today, I want you to drive down on the expressway, and I want you to see all the leaves, all the bushes, everything that's in concrete.
Okay.
That's growing. On the expressway, you see them, all the little weeds that are growing. There ain't no good ground right there. It's just the seed, just like, you know what? I'm gonna bloom right here. Well, I tell you, y'all, look at the driveway. Look at all them little cracks in there where you got little grass growing up right there. They ain't good ground, but it's growing. It's just I care about the seed. I know who I am. I'm doing the will of God for my family. I'm doing great. It's gonna grow. And when it doesn't grow and your spouse comes, it's just, baby, I don't feel comfortable. Can you help me to feel safe about this? I don't feel comfortable. And then he's gonna stop because he really care about protecting you.
Yes. Yeah.
He really, bro, man, really does love you.
Yeah.
It's just, how can I help you, baby?
Right there.
That's it. That's the key right there.
That's it. I've noticed if they truly care, some of the stuff that bother you, they'll stop and listen to it.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, y'all don't even need to be together if he can't even have that much respect for you.
Absolutely.
That's how I feel. Because I noticed if something truly bothers me, it truly bothers my husband.
Right.
He like, okay, hold on, wait a minute. I see this, it bothers you, it bothers him. Vice versa. If something is truly bothering my husband, I don't have no peace.
That's it.
Because this bothered my baby. So I got to figure out, hold on, wait a minute, what's going on? So I do feel like if you're not in a relationship where if you're not right, they're not right, then we don't need to be together. Because this truly bothers him. I can tell something going on at work. Every day he come in here like this. What is it? Who I need to go fight at the end of the day?
And again, we have to also think about, other than mom and grandmother. What other safe space is recognized throughout the Black community is safe for a Black man?
Right.
The bathroom.
So
Because
good.
they trust their mama, they trust their grandma.
And so the
But-
thing is that we as queens, you all as queens, have to help him again to realize that you are safe. And based on our chart that we're showing up here, bruh man can get all of this from one woman.
Yep.
That's so good.
So good.
In a
Yeah.
committed relationship, you can get all of this from one woman. When have you heard a brother? When you go see your partner today, ask him, hey, do you know anybody in your circle who believes that they can get all of their needs fulfilled by one woman?
That's so good.
He better say him.
No, but I didn't ask. He's going to say yes because that is the acceptable, what is good and acceptable
Yep.
Right.
answer unto my
Yeah,
wife. Yes,
pretty
I can get
much.
everything from my wife. I ask you, I said, ask your husband,
Mhm.
how many friends
Mhm.
do you have
Yeah.
who believe, who
Mm.
has practiced, who can confirm
Mm.
that you can get all your needs fulfilled from one woman?
That's
Because when the time comes, your friend are the ones who give you access to answers.
Yeah.
And if the answer that I have says, dude, I'm telling you, dude, I don't even mess with her. You know what? I already got somebody on the side, dude. I don't even mess with her. I got somebody I need to talk to. Shit, I go.
So, Mr. Franklin, do you actually believe that the reason that why some guys probably feel that way is because, or women, in all honesty, I don't think anybody has ever had all of their needs fulfilled by one individual, like one human individual. None of us has ever had, well, I can't speak for that, but I don't see that as, huh?
Oh, I'm following you. Keep talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why I was saying that why I feel like a lot of men may have multiple areas because they've never encountered someone, not trying to take away from nobody's mom or nobody's grandmother, but even your mother. Like, as a mother in raising my children, I truly believe that my husband brings an aspect to child rearing that I could not, no matter how hands-on that I am, that I couldn't give to my kids, because what that part I don't have to give them. You understand what I'm saying? So you can do your best in trying to pour everything inside of an individual, but I don't believe any one of us has ever encountered an individual that is able to meet every single one of our needs.
Beautiful. That is so beautiful. And the reason why we often don't believe that is because there are only two things that I see women teaching their daughters. Men are the provider and protector. Men are the provider and the protector. And when we look at this chart,
Gotcha. I see what
I'm looking at it right now.
when we look at the chart, there's more to a man than just providing. Then when I get a woman, watch this. Then when I get a
lot
woman
more.
who is making more money than me, and she can look at me and tell me, I don't need you. So now that you have taken away the providing part, now all I'm good for is just protecting. You need a security guard. That's all I'm good for.
Wow.
This is all that I'll be. Oh, and the reason why I can be perceived as only good for that is because You see me as 3/5.
N-word.
The N-word, yeah. You see me as 3/5, and so you're not even looking, when you see me, you don't even consider that there is more to me.
Mr. Franklin.
Yes.
So are you saying, and don't let me put
Mhm.
words in your mouth, okay?
Mhm.
But are you saying that as a woman, when we're raising our daughters,
Mhm.
if we raise them trying to hit each aspect of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
Mhm. Right.
As far as them not pigeonholing a man to just two attributes.
Right.
And then when you raise your sons, you're not having them pigeonholing the wife as just a homemaker and the mother to your children.
Right.
Then we could raise adults that would
Mhm.
actually be able to be fully compatible and together to offer 100% to each other as far
Absolutely.
as okay.
Absolutely. And because again, you have to teach them that the relationship is a level of commitment. If this person that I'm interacting with is not committed,
Wow.
if
That's
they're
good.
not committed, and then as we look at the chart again, we see sex is all the way at the top.
Right.
How am I allowing a person who is not committed to me, to my safety, to my well-being, to
get that?
to
Come
get
on
all the
now.
way up to the top? How are you?
Not my goodies. Well, guys, you have heard it here first and only here. Okay, because we forever bringing you top content. So if you want to continue to know what is going to happen in the next episode, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we know you got a lot to say. Ain't no way you've been with us this long and your mouth don't got nothing to say. You better fight them little fingers down there so that way we can interact back and forth with you. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Muhammad, and until next time, bye guys.
Bye.
We be talking